For today's headlines, Resbakuna sa Botika kicks off. PNP assures regular functions amid polls. Manila cancels Chinese New Year celebrations. PNR bicol trains bidding up. Cimatu halts mining firm amid river discoloration in Davao Oriental. Counterfeit medicine seized from online seller. Hackers steal Red Cross data. Good morning, I am Venice Bautista and you are watching Tribune News on Q. Today is January 21, 2022, and here are the latest news of this Friday morning. The government and its private sector partners on Thursday kick-started the Resbakuna sa Botika program in various pharmacies and drugstores in Metro Manila. The program utilizes some drugstores as booster vaccination sites, like the JG Summit-owned South Star Drugstore branch in Marikina City. We care a little more, so said South Star Drugstore chain overseer Robina Gokongwei Pe of their involvement in their project, saying they want to be part of the solution against COVID-19. Other pharmacies taking part in the program are the Generics Pharmacy, Genetica Drugstore, Healthway Clinic, Mercury Drug, Watson's, and Qualimed. Licensed pharmacists of the partner drugstores were tasked to administer the booster shots, and Interior and Local Government Undersecretary Epimaco Densing said that fighting COVID-19 is not the sole responsibility of the government, but the whole nation, thanking JG Summit for the 100 million peso worth of testing kits it has given the government. Trade Secretary Ramon Lopez, on the other hand, said that the vaccination program of the government has been providing Filipinos and the protection and the reason why the healthcare utilization rate in the country has remained at moderate at to low risks. The government is also mulling to expand the Resbakuna sa Botika project outside Metro Manila, according to Presidential Advisor for COVID-19 Response, Vince Dizon. Dizon said during the Laging Handa public briefing Wednesday that in the coming weeks they will expand the program, and the goal is for them to bring the vaccination closer to the countrymen so that we can be vaccinated even faster and more people can be vaccinated. Marikina Mayor Marcelo Teodoro said the South Star Pharmacy in the city will administer 100 to 200 booster shots per day. And in Manila, Health Secretary Francisco Duque III, Mayor Francisco Isko Moreno Domagoso, and Vice Mayor Honey Lacuna opened the program at the Mercury Drug branch at Leon Ginto Street, corner Quirino Avenue. The Philippine National Police assured the public that it will continue to perform its regular functions like law enforcement, even if personnel are now also busy with election security. PNP Chief Police General Leonardo Carlos on Thursday stressed that the force will strike a balance in keeping with their regular tour of duty and deliver daily deliverables, including the suppression of other forms of criminality. This comes after the Commission on Elections issued a resolution deputizing the police and the armed forces of the Philippines on securing the elections. Carlos said that the resolution serves to formalize their participation in the coming elections, but the PNP has started the preparations in anticipation of the security concerns that include election-related violence and lawlessness, which may arise from the continuous political landscape. He added that the direction is clear, so it's a matter of proper execution now. Manila Mayor Francisco Isko Moreno Domagoso on Thursday announced the cancellation of festivities and celebrations related to the Chinese New Year in the city on February 1. The move follows those of the earlier cancellation of the Catholic Church's celebration of the Traslacion and the Feast of Santo Niño this month. Moreno said the traditional holding of parades, dragon and lion dances, and lighting of firecrackers in the streets will not be permitted. A liquor ban, particularly in the Chinatown area or in Binondo, was also prohibited by an executive order signed by Moreno. He said the order was meant to protect Manila residents and guests from the further escalation of COVID-19 cases. This cancellation is all the more compelling due to reports of the Omicron variant causing the recent surge in the country. Among the activities prohibited by the order are street parties and sing-along activities, stage shows, parades, and street games. Tribune News on Q will be back after these reminders.
Botomoto Halalan 2022, the Daily Tribune special coverage.
Si Harry Roque ang pinakamagaling na spokesman, kaya inggit sa kanya ang oposisyon.
Tama lang na ipinaglaban ko ang balik trabaho para bumalik ang kita ng mga nagtatrabaho at naghahanap buhay. Hindi pwedeng magutom ang pamilya. Dapat lang po ingat buhay para sa hanap buhay. Basta trabaho, kita at hanap buhay ang nakataya. Nasa harap niyo po ako.
Ibigay natin ang tudong suporta kay Harry.
Botomoto Halalan 2022, the Daily Tribune special coverage.
We're back on Tribune News on Q. The Department of Transportation is eyeing to start construction works for the 142 billion peso first phase of the Philippine National Railway's South Long Haul project by the first quarter of the year. PNR General Manager June Magno told reporters Thursday that from January to March, the project proponents will clear the construction site while commencing the building of the casting yard and staging areas while loan negotiations are ongoing. The 380-kilometer project, which will have stations from Calamba, Laguna to Daraga, Albay, is scheduled to be completed by 2027. Meanwhile, Transportation Undersecretary for Railways Timothy John Batan said the DOTR is currently seeking Chinese bidders for the rolling stock or railway vehicles of the PNR Bicol project. Batan told reporters that they have requested for a short list of bidders from China for Package 5 for the rolling stock, and they are just waiting for that, adding that the department is currently preparing to bid out the remaining contract packages of the project. On Wednesday, the DOTR said it has requested the Department of Finance to secure a loan agreement with China to finance the contract for the first 380 kilometers of the PNR Bicol project, the government's single largest rail deal to date. The final terms of the loan, including the percentage that will be financed by China, will be subject to loan negotiations by DOF, Batan said. Environment Secretary Roy A. Cimatu has ordered the suspension of a mining company's extraction activities following the heavy siltation of Mapagba and Pinatatagan rivers in Banay Town, Davao Oriental Province, January 14. Cimatu said that he received the report last January 17, confirming that the river has turned red due to extraction activities, and he has instructed the regional office to immediately address the incident and to suspend the operations of the mining company. Based on the initial investigation and assessment of the NR Davao region, together with the region's Mines and Geosciences Bureau and Environmental Management Bureau, the siltation and discoloration of the Mapagba and Pinatagan rivers were attributed to the extraction activity of Riverbend Consolidated Mining Corporation or ARC Nickel Resources Incorporated. The DNR chief pointed out that the directive to immediately suspend the operations of Riverbend Consolidated Mining Corporation or ARC Nickel Resources Incorporated will prevent the occurrence of similar incidents in the future. He also mentioned that the disturbed surface of the mining company, their stockpiles, and their pond has overflowed due to heavy rains, which had been going on for a couple of days. When it reached the river, the residents raised their concerns, particularly the fishermen. The DNR Davao Region and local government of Banay-Banay will be conducting regular monitoring of the area as the mining firm implements its environmental and control measures to address the siltation. The Manila Police District Special Mayor's Reaction Team, or MPD SMART, on Thursday arrested an online seller for trading counterfeit drugs for the colds and flu. Police Lieutenant Colonel Rosalino Ibay reported the arrest of Monique Tanada Gamboa at her home in 1367 Bambang Street, Tondo, Manila, where she conducts business through the internet. The raid was conducted by the MPD SMART along with agents from the Bureau of Permits, Manila. Confiscated from Gamboa were 180,000 tablets of branded flu medicine, a box of cold medicine, and 2 boxes of rapid antigen kits, which are yet allowed by the government for commercial selling. The seized items amount to 1,080,000 pesos, and Ibay said the raid was ordered following the numerous complaints the MPD SMART received about the counterfeit drugs that pose danger to consumers. An agent was used to transact with Gamboa, with whom the agency had dealt for 7 days before the raid. The suspect is now detained at the Manila City Hall MPD detachment and will be slapped with charges for violation of Republic Act 8203 or the Special Law on Counterfeit Drugs, RA 7394 or the Consumer Act of the Philippines, RA 9711 or the Food and Drugs Administration Act of 2009, and Manila City Ordinance 8331 or the Omnibus Revenue Code for operating without a business permit at the Manila City Prosecutor's Office. Tribune News on Q will be back. Stay with us.
Boto mo to, Halalan 2022, the Daily Tribune special coverage.
This public service advisory is brought to you by Daily Tribune and 100.3 RJFM.
Oh, vaccination, isolation. Gotta keep up with my nutrition. Gotta maintain my body condition. Then I can take my vaccination. What do I choose? What do I take? As long as it is not a fake. AstraZeneca, Moderna, BioNTech, even Sinovac, okay na. Babakuna ka ba? 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 Vaccination for the nation, no more isolation. With vaccination, babakuna ka ba? 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 Paturok, paturok, paturok.
This public service advisory is brought to you by Daily Tribune and 100.3 RJFM.
Non-stop showbiz update ba ang hanap nyo? Sagot na yan ang aming Tribune Extra. Balitang entertainment at lifestyle, mapa-local man o international, meron kami niyan. Manood at makichika na kasama si Kim Sancha, Lunes hanggang Biyernes, alas 5 ng hapon sa Tribune News on Q at separate premiere nito ng alas 7:30 ng gabi. Mapapanood sa Daily Tribune Facebook page at Tribune Now on YouTube.
Boto mo to, Halalan 2022, the Daily Tribune special coverage.
You are still watching Tribune News on Q. And in other news, the International Committee of the Red Cross, or RCE, was the victim of a massive cyber attack in which hackers seized data of more than 515,000 extremely vulnerable people, some of whom had fled conflicts, it said on Wednesday. It said in a statement that a sophisticated cybersecurity attack against computer servers hosting information held by the International Committee of the Red Cross was detected this week. The attack compromised personal data and confidential information on more than 515,000 highly vulnerable people, including those separated from their families due to conflict, migration and disaster, missing persons and their families, and people in detention. The body, which has its headquarters in Geneva, had no immediate indication as to who might have carried out the attack. It said the hackers targeted an external company in Switzerland that the ICRC contracts to store data. There was no evidence so far that the compromised information had been leaked or put in the public domain. The data originated from at least 60 Red Cross and Red Crescent national societies around the world, and the ICRC Director General, Robert Mardini, said an attack on the data of people who are missing makes the anguish and suffering for families even more difficult to endure. They are all appalled and perplexed that this humanitarian information would be targeted and compromised. And that wraps up the stories this morning. But before we go, we would like to thank the following: the SM Store, Araneta City, Department of Tourism, MG Motors, Hina Motors, Security Bank, and Overseas Community Affairs Council member Alan Lin of Republic of China for their continued support. Again, this is Venice Bautista, and you are watching Tribune News on Q. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay at home. Good morning.
Catch the latest news on our website, tribune.net.ph. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Tribune Now. Download the Daily Tribune app on Apple Store for iOS and Google Play for Android to get the latest and most comprehensive news online. Daily Tribune invites you to join its Viber community, Katribu, to get updates on the hottest news on politics, business, sports, lifestyle, and entertainment. Emoticons of the Tribune mascot Tarsito are available on our community Viber.